Okay, picture this for a second. You wake up, you grab your phone, and bam, weird notifications everywhere.
Mm.
Bank account empty, emails gone wild, social media. Well, who knows?
Yeah, that's a horrible
That
feeling.
horrible gut-wrenching feeling. That's exactly what we're diving into today, protecting your online identity.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? And sadly, it's happening more and more. This invisible threat, people call it.
Right.
It's a huge risk today, especially, for folks who maybe didn't grow up glued to a screen.
Absolutely. And the sheer scale,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of mind-blowing. I was reading Cybersecurity Ventures back in 2020. They figured by next year, 2025,
Yeah.
cybercrime could cost the world, get this, over $10 trillion a year.
10 trillion. Wow.
Huge. And yet, if you weren't online from day one, trying to keep up with these threats feels, well, overwhelming sometimes.
It really can.
So our aim today is hopefully to cut through some of that noise, give you some clear ideas, and maybe most importantly, some real actual steps you can take, like right now.
And it's not just these huge global numbers, is it? It's personal. I mean, remember the Equifax breach back in 2017?
Oh, yeah. Huge.
Something like 147 million people affected, their personal data just out there.
Yeah.
And that really showed, I think, that even places we trust can be hit.
Right. Which puts the responsibility back on us, doesn't it?
It really does. We have to take ownership of our own, digital safety.
It's a great point. And, people like Bruce Schneier, the security expert, he always says security isn't just tech, it's human.
Exactly. It's about awareness, education, vigilance.
Okay, so let's map this out a bit. What are the main dangers we're facing online right now? What's the current landscape look like?
Well, the big ones are probably still phishing scams and malware attacks.
Okay.
Phishing, those tricky emails or messages trying to fool you into giving up your info, like usernames, passwords,
Credit card numbers.
that kind of thing. And then malware is, well, malicious software, nasty stuff that infects your computer or phone.
Right, stealing data or just locking you out completely.
No, exactly. And the thing is, these guys, the cyber criminals, they're always changing tactics, getting smarter.
So the attacks get more sophisticated.
Yeah, much harder to spot sometimes. We're seeing a lot more of what they call spear phishing.
Spear phishing.
Yeah, where it's really targeted, like it uses your name, maybe mentions your workplace. It feels much more personal and, well, believable.
Wow, okay. That's sneaky. It feels like a constant battle then.
It is kind of a bit of a cat and mouse game.
And you'd think with all the warnings, people would ditch those super simple passwords. But I read that things like 1234556 or just passwords.
So incredibly common, yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Is it just like pure convenience? People just can't be bothered?
I think that's a big part of it. Convenience and maybe a lack of really understanding the risk.
Underestimating it.
Yeah, maybe thinking, it won't happen to me. Or just finding long, complex passwords a hassle to remember.
Which they can be, let's be honest.
And they can. But using a weak password, it's really like leaving your front door wide open. It's that fundamental.
That's a pretty clear way to put it. Okay, so knowing that, let's talk solutions. What can people actually do? What are the concrete steps to build up those digital defenses?
Okay, first things first. And it sounds basic, but it's vital. Strong, unique passwords.
Right. Mix it up.
Exactly. Uppercase, lowercase, numbers, symbols. Make it random. And this is crucial, different passwords for different accounts.
The reuse problem.
Yes. Because if one account gets hacked and you've used that same password everywhere,
They've got the keys to everything.
precisely, your whole digital life is exposed, There's this concept, password entropy. It basically measures how unpredictable a password is.
Okay.
A short, simple one, very low entropy, easy to crack. A long, complex one with different character types, much higher entropy, way, way harder for them to guess or brute force.
Right, okay. So it genuinely makes a massive difference. It might feel like a pain, but the alternative is much worse.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's next after strong passwords?
Enabling two-factor authentication, or 2FA. That's a really big one.
Two-factor. Okay, explain that a bit.
Think of it like adding a deadbolt to your front door after you've locked the regular lock.
Okay, a second layer.
Exactly. So after you put in your password, it asks for something else, usually like a code sent to your phone.
Yeah, I get those texts sometimes.
Right, texts. Or it could be a code from an authenticator app, or even a little USB key you plug in.
Okay.
And the beauty of it is, even if someone steals your password somehow, they still can't get in without that second thing.
Because they don't have your phone, or the app, or the key.
Exactly. Now, just a quick note, those authenticator apps, or the physical keys, They're generally seen as a bit more secure than the text message codes.
Why is that?
Text can sometimes be intercepted, though it's complex. Apps and keys avoid that vulnerability. But really, any 2FA is way better than none.
Got it. So enable 2FA wherever you can. That seems like a small effort for a big security boost.
It really is.
Okay, what about all those dodgy emails and links we get? The phishing stuff.
Right. Phishing awareness. This is huge. You just have to be skeptical, assume things might not be legit.
Especially if they ask for personal info.
Definitely. Or if they try to create panic, urgent action required. Or if they have weird attachments or links you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
It's getting harder, like we said. They use what's called social engineering, basically playing on your trust or emotions to get you to click or reply.
So what's the safe approach if you're suspicious?
Don't click, don't reply, go verify it yourself independently. So if you get a weird email that looks like it's from your bank,
Don't click the link in the email.
no. Open your browser, type in the bank's official website, address yourself, log in there, or call the customer service number you know is correct.
Okay, always go direct to the source. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, software updates. We all get those notifications. Sometimes they feel annoying. Why are they so important for security?
Yes. They're absolutely vital because those updates, they very often contain security patches.
Patches, like
Yeah.
fixing holes.
Exactly. Software developers find weaknesses, vulnerabilities in their code, things that hackers could potentially use to get in.
Okay.
The updates fix those holes. So if you don't update, you're basically leaving known weak spots open on your computer or phone.
Right, like leaving a window unlocked in your house.
Precisely. It's basic digital maintenance, like keeping your digital house in good repair. Those annoying reminders are actually trying to help you stay safe.
Good perspective.
Uh,
Okay, and the last core strategy you mentioned was about staying informed.
Yeah, continuous learning. This stuff changes all the time, right? New scams pop up, new advice comes out.
So you need to keep up.
You do. Try to stay generally aware of the latest threats. Read reputable tech news sites, maybe follow some cybersecurity experts online. Sometimes local libraries or community centers even run workshops.
Make it an ongoing thing.
Yeah, just make security awareness part of your regular digital routine.
Okay, those are really solid basics. Strong passwords, 2FA, phishing smarts, updates, and staying informed. Now, you mentioned some outside-the-box ideas, too.
Yeah, a couple of things that might help. First one, password managers.
Ah, yes, I've heard about these. How do they actually work? Are they really secure?
They are generally very secure, yes. Basically, they're tools that do two main things. One, they can generate really strong, random, unique passwords for all your different accounts.
So you don't have to think them up yourself.
Right. And two, they store all those complex passwords securely in an encrypted digital vault.
Okay,
You just need to remember one strong master password to unlock the vault.
just one password to remember instead of dozens.
Exactly. And most of them can automatically fill in your login details on websites too, which is handy. Plus, many will warn you if one of your passwords shows up in a known data breach somewhere.
Wow, okay, that sounds like it solves the too many passwords problem and makes them stronger.
It really does. It takes away the temptation to reuse weak ones just because they're easy to remember.
Okay, that's a really practical tip. What was the other outside-the-box idea? Digital detox days. That
Mm.
sounds nice.
Doesn't it? And yeah, it can actually help with security too, maybe indirectly.
How so?
Well, simply put, the less time you spend actively online, the fewer chances you have to stumble onto a malicious website or click a bad link or get drawn into a scam.
Fewer opportunities for things to go wrong.
Right. But also, taking breaks, stepping away from the constant flow of information, it can help you feel less stressed, less overwhelmed.
And maybe less likely to make a rushed mistake online.
Exactly. When you're calmer and more focused, you're probably less likely to fall for something quickly without thinking it through. It's sort of a
Sure.
holistic approach, good for your well-being, good for your security posture.
I like that connection. It's not just about the tech, it's about our relationship with the tech.
Precisely.
So, looking ahead, what's the future hold? It feels like this is a constantly moving target. Are the threats just going to keep getting worse?
Well, they'll certainly keep evolving. The criminals will keep trying new things. Technology will change. It's dynamic.
So it's not like there's a magic bullet coming.
Probably not. But the core defenses, they remain pretty constant. Vigilance, just paying attention. Education, staying informed. Caution thinking before you click.
The fundamentals stay the same.
Pretty much. If you practice those things, use the tools we talked about, like strong passwords and 2FA, you'll be in a much, much better position to handle whatever comes next.
It really does bring home how valuable our online identity is, doesn't it? It's tied to our money, our jobs, our friends, our family.
Everything, yeah.
It needs the same kind of care we give our physical health, maybe.
That's a great analogy. You protect your physical self, you should protect your digital self, too.
Yeah.
And maybe that leads to a final thought for everyone listening. For you,
Sure.
what's one thing, just one small, concrete step you can commit to doing, maybe even today, to make your online life safer? Maybe it's finally turning on 2FA for your main email. Or maybe it's downloading a password manager and starting to use it for just one or two important accounts.
Just pick one thing and do it.
Yeah. Don't get overwhelmed trying to do everything at once. Just take that one step. Start there.
That's a really good, actionable challenge. A great way to wrap this up. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us into protecting that crucial online identity.
My pleasure.
And for everyone listening, until next time, stay aware and stay safe out there online.